Hey guys, John from ARTV, trying to shake a cold, still kind of getting annoying. Got a hip-hop review for you today. Run the Jewels 2. Hip-hop duo, their second LP in 2 years. Somehow I missed all of the hype surrounding this, and apparently a lot of people loved their debut full-length, and looking back on it now, listening to it at this point, I can definitely see why. And then listening to Run the Jewels 2, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed. I did not expect to be liking this so much. I think what makes them unique, Killer Mike and LP, that is, these guys right here, what makes them unique as a duo is definitely the production work that stands out predominantly to me, and of course Killer Mike being an awesome MC. Before we go any further, I'd like to point out that I am on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can follow those links in the description down below. And of course, if you like my reviews, it would be awesome if you could consider donating to the channel, because unfortunately, we don't run on positive vibes here at the channel. That'd be great if we did, but I don't. So, of course, I'm setting up my Patreon until the YouTube tip jar goes live. So if you guys could consider clicking that link whenever it's live in the description down below, that'd be great. I'm still getting my wings whenever it comes to hip-hop reviews, so bear with me, and I'm apologizing now if there are any mistakes. Jeopardy opens things up on this record. Killer Mike immediately comes in, crushing it in your face with his over-the-top confidence, something you're going to see all throughout this record. They do tend to be a little bit silly at times, but most of the time it works for this duo. I think the LP kind of handled the production quite well on this track, Jeopardy. Kind of smooth and sophisticated, a little bit of a classical element to it in my opinion, and I like seeing that. You don't often see hip-hop producers focusing on super creative and inventive beats and implementing other instruments other than just maybe an 808 and then a couple of synth hits every now and then. They actually incorporate things like guitar, piano, maybe every now and then something orchestral that you're not going to expect. It kind of comes out of left field. It just kind of helps give a vintage feel to some of these tracks. I like the darkness on some of the tracks and just the brooding atmospheric feel. Oh My Darling Don't Cry was released as one of the singles from this record. I think that LP definitely always has something to offer, but I love hearing Killer Mike on the tracks. I definitely prefer him over LP in terms of my favorite MCs from the duo. Mike proves that he has bars big time on this track, tackling everything from guns, running the jewels, and then a very vivid description of someone falling backwards into a field of dicks. Hence the silliness I was talking about, but at the same time, it still works. Darling flows into Blockbuster Night Part 1 insanely well. The beat is a straight up banger on this track, although the lyrics are kind of whack in my opinion. Like I said, they have these antics that kind of run throughout, but on this one, the doo-doo and the semen references and some of the other comparisons that they make on the track just feel childish and don't really hook me into the song. Close Your Eyes and Count to Fuck is the next track. Zach De La Rocha, the MC from Rage Against the Machine, is featured on this one, and I think that all three MCs honestly do a killer job on this one. Everyone has their own thing to offer here, and Zach De La Rocha's wordplay feels a little bit angry. He delivers a really solid nail in the coffin kind of on that final verse. Killer Mike blazes the trail here on this one, definitely living up to his name. The beat on the track is highly addicting here, with the duo's name once again being kind of worked into the background. You'll hear that all throughout. You're gonna hear like RTJ, and on this one, running Jules fast, running Jules fast. That loops all throughout. De La Rocha comes in, crushes the final verse like I already mentioned, and then that just transitions perfectly into All My Life. It's essentially kind of the boss's anthem as they talk about how they live and how they've been this way all their life. There's some interesting synth work here going on in this one, and I find myself focusing on that dark, empowering instrumental quite often. One of my favorites on the LP, the album, not the MC that is. One of my favorites, yes, but it's quickly topped by Lie, Cheat, Steal. There's a quick moving electronic beat mixed in with some vocal samples, some quick wordplay from Mike especially, and at one point he states that I love Dr. King as an MLK Jr., but violence may be necessary. The track Early features Boots, and it's one of the most personal cuts on RTJ 2. We see Mike pleading with a cop not to haul him away in front of his family. He's scared to death because they're pointing a gun in his wife's face. His son's having to watch everything. LP gets really carried away with the electronic side of the production here on this one, just making an absolutely crazy beat that's so well crafted. A lot of electronic elements here, like I said. It just all culminates into this massive track that is easily one of the best things about this record. Not that there aren't plenty of reasons to check out this album already, but did I mention that Travis Barker, the drummer of Blink-182, features on the track All Due Respect, comes in, tears it up on the beat here on this one. Mike flowing over that and some of the other production, it just sounds like a banger. Then we get to the track Love Again featuring Gangsta Boo, and it just feels straight up off-putting to me. It's so overly sexualized, it basically just depicts the sex life of this passionate love affair going on between a man and a woman. We get to see the man's side of things, Killer Mike brings that, and of course Gangsta Boo brings the female side of things. It's all about sex, it's very graphic, and to me it just makes me feel a little bit uncomfortable when listening. We've kind of hit a lull in the album at this point in my opinion. The track Crown feels a little bit weighted, although I do like the inclusion of the guitar and the instrumental. It's thrown in there, kind of giving it this slick, brooding vibe that really started to grow on me the more I've heard it. I gotta show love for the inclusion of that vocoded vocal piece in there and actually pulling it off and making it not sound cheesy. Wrapping things up, Angel Duster comes in and closes things out like a true player. Even while acknowledging some personal demons and fears, the confidence level that this track exudes is still a major factor. Unfortunately, the production isn't all that lucrative here though. It clocks in at 5 minutes long, and it definitely feels 5 minutes. Not to say that it doesn't have its more interesting moments though. I mean, listen to the track after the 4-minute mark till the closing point. The rolling drum loop and the synth line here on this one sound incredible when mashed together, and Killer Mike's exclamation of RTJ being included in that final minute just fits perfectly in that last minute as well. Run the Jewels are anything but an ordinary and boring hip-hop duo. Incredibly clean and inventive production work, 2 talented MCs and producers, and a hunger and a drive that really just makes these two some of the most interesting things about the rap music scene today. This album is a 4 out of 5 for me. Hope you guys enjoyed the review. Let me know your thoughts on Run the Jewels 2 in the comments section down below. Don't forget to hit the like button on this video. Consider donating to the channel and helping me create more reviews for you guys. Link down below. You can always click right here if you'd like to see my last review, or right over here to go to my second channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any requests for albums you'd like to see me tackle, let me know about those in the comments section as well. See you very soon right here on ARTV, Beyond the Reviews.